And what do you have on you, my friend? In fact, you don't shoot through plants, do you? You do shoot through plants, do you? Well, that definitely could have gone horribly wrong as we approached them a little bit early, but that's fine. We'll switch to resist corrosion. And I guess fireball might be the way to go here. Get a couple burning bushes and immediately take that bad boy out. Not too shabby. In fact, let's just pop around the corner so we can wait out the rest of the mayhem here. And that should be wonderful. Scrolls of Noise can hit the ground for now, so we can pick up that un-ID'd potion. And not too bad of a start to Lair. We should be able to just start blitzing our way through. Want to be a little bit careful because ogres aren't the strongest at this stage in the game. Still have our Fire Elementalist start to lean on, but definitely could start getting a little bit on the rough side. Let's hope this Curari hits, which it does. Beautiful. Then maybe actually... Oh, right, if I unwield my staff, that's a problem, so never mind. 32 damage on you? Oh, 27. Did Boulder Beetles get nerfed? Only slightly. 27 is still a lot, don't get me wrong, but it seems like they might have, in fact, been a bit nerfed here. And... let's see, I do have throwing nets, so 89% chance to hit you. I think I will stop you in your tracks. Oh gosh. Doesn't last too long, unfortunately, but we'll start blasting here. Oh, Curari is also worn off, so that's wonderful. Just love to see it. Can at least do some entangling roots here. Oh gosh. I mean, the red outline should have had us a bit more prepared here. I also should definitely swap back to my good ring. Whoopsie. And what can I do against you, my friend? We do have fear, we do have blinking. I think we might need to back out of this fight as much as I would love to just try to continue it. I guess blast motes might be the way to go against this buddy in the future. Regardless, let's start with some fear. Don't love the direction that everyone went here. Maybe some teleportation to back it up and just hide in our lovely little corner here. Fantastic. And you know what, for all of you Blinky boys, we'll just start blasting and see what happens. And not too shabby. Ooh, our first Sky Shark as well. Hello, my friend. Definitely take care of you. We are making a lot of noise in this completely unexplored region of the zone, but I'm sure that couldn't possibly come back to bite us. Oh, son of a gun. Okay, this buddy is being a bit of a pain in the rear, but we're just gonna, try to blast you back, but it's not gonna work, of course. Fantastic, just what you want to see. So we're gonna read another teleport here, just get taken to another area. Oh gosh, let's not walk towards a four-headed Hydra. There we go, we can at least get them blasted off of us. Again, we take a little bit of collateral damage from our own spells there, but very much worth it at the end of the day. And hopefully we finally get a bit of downtime here. Perfect. We do indeed get enough time to fully heal up, get ourselves ready for the next encounters. Still don't really know what the heck I'm going to do with that boulder beetle. At some point we're going to have to deal with them, but that, my friends, is a future Torinski problem. And for the moment here, we're just going to keep on keeping on. And, let's just scorch you, my friend. And overall, still not too bad. A couple of near-death experiences, but that is just your regular Sunday routine at the end of the day here. And we'll probably just be heading out relatively soon. Ooh, Oof, oof, oof. At least this time we don't take too much damage from our friend here, and beautiful. That time we do manage to take out the boulder beetle. Had to spend a few resources to do so, but it's not the end of the world. And how many of the elephants saw us? All of them? Some of them? Hard to tell here, but we can lead them on a lovely little goose chase here. Just leaving our little mines behind. Bad placement on that one, of course, but not the be-all end-all at the end of the day here. And now that we've created enough space, which I feel like is potentially the most advantageous part about blast moats, is just being able to go from adjacent to a one gap. Does mean that I can just forever run away now. Keep healing up my, or regenerating my MP rather. Just every once in a while blasting you just a smidge, just a wee bit. And that's not too bad here. Looking at things and so tempted to try and do a little bit more with this encounter. Guess we might as well get one more blast in before making any rash decisions, and not too bad there. And this is my life now, I guess. Just constantly walking away. But hey, it does work out just beautifully. We'll scorch you before starting to whack away with our fire staff, and that goes perfectly. Let's head back to this downstairs here, and we'll continue exploring through the regular lair for the time being. Still have a few floors to go before anything too scary should pop up here. Again, no promises. Oh, is that a Shoals entrance, I would assume? Definitely don't really want to run into the manticore, you son of a gun. But hey, I guess sometimes you can't always get what you want, but you do get what you need, and we are able to take them out, so definitely is not the worst encounter we've ever been a part of. That was a little bit closer with just a lot of poison damage coming in. If this is Shoals, then we will have to hopefully find a good source of poison resistance before we get to fighting a lot of sea snakes. But an artifact robe here, resist electricity, 3 pips of positive energy and regen. So I think our AC does go down by 1, but we get to keep regen, and we get these 2 other resistances thrown on top. Contamination kind of sucks. Taking this off is going to be rough. You never know what kind of wacky mutations you're going to receive when trying to change out of something with this ego, but do kind of like it. We'll hold off for just a minute here as we continue to make it through lair. Shouldn't make too much of a difference there. We're not fighting a lot of negative energy enemies here. You can definitely swap out one of these rings of fire for a ring of ice, since that is one of the resistances we're lacking, and with multiple pips of fire resistance we can kind of afford to throw those bad boys on if need be. So that is just wonderful, in fact. I will kind of just walk myself into the middle of the horde of wolves here, just so we can get a little bit more efficiency with our flame wave there. That is perfect. Okay, for a moment there I thought there was an invisible enemy next to us, but it was just the poison coming my way. Turns out I just was not paying even close to enough attention to the amount of poison that we were inflicted with. But regardless, not the end of the world, and we should be able to just blast you, my friend. Maybe this is the point where we want to start relying a little bit more on Fireball. It is very expensive, but the damage output is huge. So that could potentially be one of the issues we're running into here. It's just being a little too gun shy on our new spell, when we could just be killing things, and that is oftentimes the best way to stay alive, is to just murder everything before it gets an opportunity to murder you. Are you actually wielding the Autumn Katana? I don't think you are. Regardless, you look very cool with your dual wielding there, my friend. We will just leave you to it for the moment here, though. And Lair 4 has a gauntlet. We don't have any magic mapping found yet, so I think we're just going to have to do this the old-fashioned way, unfortunately. Try to pay a little bit attention to the message log here and just make sure that we're not missing any clues. Very distant, so to me that indicates that we should just start hauling here. We'll head up and to the left fully, I believe, is my initial go-to here, and we'll see how that handles. Hey, Korean Knife, how am I this fine day? I am doing wonderfully, my friend. How are things on your end? I hope you're having a fantastic end to your weekend, start to your week. I believe it's end to your weekend for you. I think you're in a similar time zone, but I could definitely be wrong. Regardless, I hope it's a good one, of course. Welcome, welcome. And okie dokie, let's start throwing out the blast motes here. They are quite expensive. Maybe Fireball is the way to go. Want to be a little bit cautious. At least have enough magic for one more blast mote so we can create some space if need be. But then we can see how much damage that does. Beautiful. And then we'll head back this direction. Hopefully it's not a full pack of Death Yaks. Ooh. It is nearby though. So let's start exploring around. Oh gosh, Dream Sheep could be a little bit of a problem, especially if they're in conjunction with other enemies here. Oof, oof. Doing great, moving from City to Chaos Friday and super excited. Nice. Well, I hope the move goes well. Definitely can be stressful, but it's also very, very exciting for sure. So I wish you the best. It's 26 damage on you, my friend. It is 26. That meant even after injecting most of the YouTube content into your veins, still impressed by how smooth I make the early to mid transition look. You've been getting blown up on Deep Elf Hunters and Troll Fighters in Lair lately, and it's the absolute worst. It definitely depends on the run, but yeah, I usually die very early on, or doing something incredibly stupid in the late mid game. But it largely depends on the type of character. I think Fire Elementalist and Conjurers, I don't have too much of an excuse for. I would hope that I can do fairly well on them because they do just have such an amazing starting kit. But we'll see. I don't want to talk too big of a game here because everything could immediately blow up in my face. Still getting the nearby message. Hey, where the heck are you? But okay, 3 fireballs, not enough to kill anything that comes our direction. That is good to know. Oh gosh, and Death Yaks are a little bit tough for us to take care of. Maybe what I'll do is try to lead all of these Sons of Guns to our stairwell. Head up. Oh, I don't know what happened to our froggy friend. But we can go down here and hope that it's a little bit closer. In fact, seems to be very close. And where the heck is this gosh darn gauntlet? Oh my gosh, it's going to be closed before we get the opportunity to explore it here. Maybe down this way? It's been nearby like this whole time. Hey, there she is. Okay. Don't want to die in my my quest to get in though, so let's try to avoid that, shall we? This should at least kill one of the elephants. Wasn't guaranteed, but fairly likely. And we can just head right in here. Gives us a free heal. And we'll just have to try to remember what we're dealing with outside, of course. And let's check out what we have in store. I didn't have any time to clear my inventory now that I think about it for a moment, so that's unfortunate. But I'm sure it'll be fine. And okie dokie, so let's take a peek. Have a bit of lightning, steam, none of that's too bad, similar in round 2, then fire, then negative, then fire. All of this is very doable with our current kit. We don't even have to go through all of them. This is a very interesting gauntlet layout. where you can bail at any point. So, As for the Minotaur themselves, what is our best option? As long as they don't have See Invisible, turn ourselves invisible is up there for sure. Still going to be taking a lot of damage. I'll have the Phantom Mirror. Not very good evocations, but it's something. So maybe Phantom Mirror mixed with Box of Beast, Invisibility. We might be able to make it work. Double check in on our skills here. Transmutation is now at 11.3. So where does that leave us? Irradiate. Honestly, probably castable enough. I might just learn that right away. Dragon form still a ways off here at 43%, but that is to be expected. Regardless, we will learn Irradiate to begin with here. And then I think we will swap over to this robe to get us the electricity resistance and the negative resistance that we need for these next few chambers. And then just go ham, I guess. Start with just some good old flame wave blasting. Ooh, ring of poison resistance is huge, so I definitely would like to pick this up. I guess troll leather armor is an easy drop, though Phantom Mirror, so of course we're gonna have to drop something else while we're at it here. Regular poison darts, not super necessary, I guess. Not too shabby. This room should also be no problem whatsoever, especially if our enemies are kind of hiding out behind one another. That is perfect. Some summoning that we'll probably not use at any point. And then it's the flame room, hey? It's kind of a shame that I did drop all those rings of flame, because we could get up to full resistance. I mean, we're still pretty fine and dandy with 2 pips, so we'll probably go for the kill here. I guess, oh wait, what am I gonna do though? I have Irradiate, and that's it as my my damage source. Right. Kind of forgot about that little rub. No, I do not want to walk into the net trap, but I do potentially just want to leave. An ID scroll could be nice, but isn't super necessary, so let's do it. Can't deal a lot of damage to those Sons of Guns, and that's not a chamber with too much good stuff, so I feel totally hunky-dory to just head out. And we'll probably do this next one. I mean, miasma kind of sucks, but at least these buddies, the drain, will take 0 damage because we have maxed out positive energy. Oh, you're a spectral spider, so even your flat damage sucks though. 20 and 12 is a bit much. And it's just for some gold. Is there anything else like hiding under you here? Green potion. We have 2 of at the moment, so it'd be a third. 51 gold. And then the last one is File Floods and a teleport, neither of which is super necessary, so maybe I just get the heck out of dodge. Let's think about this one for the briefest of moments here before we make any rash decisions. Don't think I'm too torn up about just leaving these bad boys on their lonesome though. Does kind of defeat the purpose of swapping over to the robe, because part of that was completely in mind for dealing with these buddies. I guess 66 damage. This buddy's probably the roughest for us, specifically Miasma Breath. I don't think we'll be completely free of here. At least the poison damage will still come through, unfortunately. And I don't get much from this room. I'm trying to think if like the experience is worth it or anything like that, but maybe we just leave. Maybe we're okay with that. Again, if I could deal with this final room, then I'd be tempted to do so. But I think this just becomes a stalemate, and not even. I think stalemate is generous in regards to our capabilities. I think we slowly lose this battle. So with that in mind, let's go Minotaur hunting, shall we? I don't have haste. I could invisible in advance of the fight, I guess. Just hope that they don't have See Invisible. It's better than me just holding these potions around and never using them, I guess. The Shield of Resistance. Terrible for our odds in this fight, but incredible if we can get our hands on it. So let's bring in a Minotaur of our own. Then Irradiate does not care about resistances. Oh gosh, we failed to cast it. That sucks. Let's try that again. We're going to let ourselves become decently contaminated here, just to try and ensure victory. I don't know what our friend is doing here. Are you invisible or something? No, I don't believe so. Also surprisingly good at following us when you can't see me, so that's cool. It doesn't seem to be getting any attacks of opportunity. I'm going very slowly here, so I am concerned, shall we say. And unfortunately, yeah, blast motes aren't going to do a heck of a lot for us. No shot that I blow your mind. I could root you, I guess. That's something. I know I had bold claims about not caring too much about this contamination, but I think that's to a point. So instead, let's go invisible. Yeah, exactly, Spindart. Similar minds there. Oh gosh, what can I do against you, my friend? Mostly need the contamination to wear off so I can start to continue to blast you. Guess some roots doesn't hurt. You're at least not using javelins, which is interesting to me. Man, if you didn't have so much fire resistance, I would have some hope here. Let's see. Volatile blast motes, I think, is mostly fire damage. It's described as concussive. I would assume this deals fire damage, though I could be wrong. So I think it is pretty much just the Irradiate as our only damage source against our bovine friend here. Also, hello, Spindart. Should say hello as well. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Dan Branny. Hope the same for you as well, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's slow us down for just a moment here. Think things through. I mean, with Scorch, we can at least strip some of the resistance to fire away from our friend here. You're also not poison resistant? Oh, and you're wearing fire dragon scales. I didn't even notice the fire dragon scales. So, the equivalent of 4 pips of fire resistance on this bad boy. Just what you wanted to see on your fire elementalist. Perfect. But we can at least get some Curari. Some more roots. Let's just hold you there. Hold the line. I dropped all of my poison darts a while back, so that's great. But large rocks don't even need to know how to throw. Did you pop in just in time for death? Not yet. No promises as to what the future has in store, but we at least managed to make it through this son of a gun without too much concern. So that is beautiful. I actually should have thought of these large rocks earlier. I'd have to be really careful since it takes 2 turns to throw them. But as long as we have that leeway with our invisibility, constriction, and Curari slow all stacked up on that bad boy, nothing to worry about. And I definitely want this Shield of Resistance. That has our name on it. Again, we were kind of chased into here, so we did not have an opportunity to really clear out anything. Maybe the intelligence ring can go. Ring of Ice can probably go, actually, if I'm planning on using this shield at some point in the hopefully near future. Then we no longer need to lug that bad boy around. Oh, fire dragon scales I might want to take with me too. Oh gosh, there's too much stuff I want here. We are in trouble. I guess boomerangs we don't need. Oh, right, and we don't need the Staff of Poison anymore now that we have the Poison Resistance Ring, since that was pretty much the only reason why we were lugging that bad boy around. Dispersal will leave. Leather armor we can't even use. Hat with RN is useless now, but probably would be nice to have for the future. I'm pretty sure we can wear this at least. Just normal hats. Let's find out here, shall we? I'm struggling to throw away any of our throwing projectiles here because we'll probably train some throwing at some point just to get large rocks available. Maybe that's a bit ambitious and not necessarily the case, but it's at least what I'm telling myself for the time being. And there we go. We're looking pretty cool for sure with our artifact staff matching our robes rather. The green cloak is a bit much, this like super bright, vibrant green, and that's coming from someone who just loves the color. Green in general, of course, but a bit much probably. But again, classic wizard hat, good old robes, and out of the frying pan and into the fire. Probably should have let my contamination completely dissipate here, but that's fine. Oh, and a Hydra is coming to join the party. In that case, I'm going to read a teleport and just get the heck out of Dodge. Let's give ourselves a moment of breathing room here. Definitely will throw on shield training, since I would like to get that up and running. Most namely, the resistance shield, of course. So that is wonderful. We're at almost 12 transmutations and still a ways off from our dragon form, unfortunately. We also will lose our shield in dragon form, so we will have to come up with some source of resistance, which actually is probably an argument as to why we should have never even offered to get rid of our ice ring, because we'll definitely need some cold resistance in dragon form. At least get rid of the vulnerability if we can so help it. And let's try to do a bit of fancy maneuvering here just to get out of the Hydra range if we can help it. And there we go, not too shabby. Taking a bit of damage, but to be expected. And you know what, let's just use our final roots charge to immediately do nothing whatsoever. Perfect. And this might be the closest we come to death. No, okay, fortunately we do find ourselves a nice little corner to back into. You deal 18 damage, so technically I can afford to risk it a little bit longer here. I should check my attack speed before I do so. 1.2 delay means we could end up in a bit of a mismatch and I take 2 hits at once, I guess. Which I don't love now that I've said it out loud. Chance to blow your mind is 64%, so we'll take that. Beautiful.